Hey guys, welcome to Alex Goes Coconuts. So today I'm going to make a video on how to entertain your kids when traveling. Now, every parent knows that it's not always easy when you're traveling with children. Your main goal is to keep them entertained and quiet and well-behaved when you're either flying with them or you're taking a road trip. Now, there's a lot of ways to go about that. There's some really great ideas out there. Now, I'm just gonna share a few of my family's favorite activity books and favorite entertainment that we've used on every single trip we've taken with the kids. Now, the first thing I suggest when you're traveling with kids is not to just rely on one form of entertainment to keep them busy. They're gonna get bored with doing that and they're gonna need something else to entertain them. Now, of course, the tool that I've used the most while traveling was definitely a tablet. A phone or even a tablet can serve you really, really well when you're traveling with children. Now, what I like to do on my tablet is to go onto Netflix and download a few, cartoons or shows or movies for them, and that way I know that that'll keep them busy for a pretty long time. Now, another thing you can do with your tablet or your phone is to download some new games for them. What kid doesn't like to play video games, right? So I'll cover some apps that are for really, really young kids all the way to preteens. So for your really, really young ones, I do suggest that you look at some apps made by Toca Life. They have some really great apps for young children. I know my kids really enjoyed playing with the Toca hair salon and the Toca kitchen. I mean, I've had that on my iPad for years, and now even my niece, who's 2 years old, she loves playing with those apps. So that's definitely something you can look into. Now, if you're going on a vacation, they also have another one called Toca Life Vacation. And that one is fun too because, your child gets to decide what the characters are doing on their vacation. That one's for, really little ones. I would say between 3 to 5 years old. Now, if you have a kid that's like a little bit older, he might enjoy something a little bit more advanced. Toca also makes another game called Toca Blocks. And what's fun about Toca Blocks, it's similar to crafting in Minecraft, but it's made for younger children. So basically they use the blocks to create interactive worlds, and it's really fun for a little bit of an older child. Speaking of Minecraft, I don't know any kid who doesn't love to play Minecraft, so a really popular one with my boys was Minecraft Pocket Edition, and this one's great because it's an offline app so that you can put it on your phone or put it on the tablet and the kid can play Minecraft wherever and whenever. Another really great game that I myself even find pretty addictive is Fruit Ninja. My kids have been playing it for years. So Fruit Ninja is a classic. It's just fun to chop and make fruit salad with it. I downloaded a game not long ago, I think a year ago, called Donut County. That one was really fun, and both my kids absolutely loved playing it. It's pretty addictive. Basically, you make these huge donut holes and you kind of swallow up whole cities. It's really fun. And this one is good for adults and children alike. It's called Donut County. Now, another really great video game is the Lego games. My kids' favorite is actually the Lego Harry Potter collection. That one's really fun. So if your kids like the Lego video games, they're gonna love this Pocket Edition to put onto their tablets. Now let me go over some non-digital activities. If you're somebody like me who doesn't like your kids being plugged in 24/7, these are also really great alternatives. So these are the Melissa and Doug on-the-go ColorBlast books. They're for children for about 3 to 5 years old. And what's really fun about it is that it comes with this pen with invisible ink, and the color appears once you start drawing on the paper. So if you have a child that colors out of the line, it won't stain anything, which is really great. They're fun little books. They're really not expensive. I think they range between $3 to $5 each. So it's a really inexpensive little gift to get your children. Now, if you have an older kid, they also have this book called The Secret Decoder Game Book. What's fun is it also comes with the invisible ink, but this one he has to decode secret messages. So like I said, this is for an older kid, but it's really fun. It's like a spy book. So Melissa and Doug actually make a lot of great activity books out there, especially for younger children. And I have to say that my kids absolutely loved these sticker books from Melissa and Doug. We've been using them for years. Every single time we have a trip planned, I go out and I buy them a new Melissa and Doug sticker book. My children's two favorites have been the Make a Face sticker pad. This one's kind of cool. Basically, you have to, you have these faces, and behind the book here, you have a bunch of, eyes, noses, mouth, and basically the kids stick on silly faces onto each character, and they can make, a bunch of different characters, but they have a whole bunch of them. I mean, if you have younger children, they also have like books like this. This one is called Habitats. So basically you have like, either a jungle or a farm, and then you stick certain animals that belong in that habitat. These are basically stickers that you can remove and put back on, so you can play with this, over and over. Plus, these books are not that expensive. They're between $5 to $6 each, and I think they even sell them as kits, like a kit of 4 for like $15. So it's hours and hours of pleasure for kids of any age. So my kids always liked art, and they always like to draw. Buy yourself like a little pad of white paper like this. This one is from Crayola. It's the marker and watercolor pad. It's basically just a pad of white sheets that they can draw on. My kids kind of like to freelance it, but if your kids are not into just drawing on their own like that, you can definitely buy them some coloring books like this. I know these are all the rage. This series is the Everyone Loves Coloring, and they have a whole bunch of themes. This one is cats and dogs, so they have like a coloring book like this where they color within the lines, and they can have fun with this. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of drawings, different styles. So this one is a good one if your child really likes coloring books. Personally, I find that there's not a lot of stuff out there for boys. This was fun. They got this for Christmas one year. It was the Crayola Art with Edge. This one is actually Zombie Days, so the theme is zombies. And I highly recommend, if you're gonna buy something like that, to get definitely like some crayons. I really like these Twistable colored pencils from Crayola. What's fun about them is that it's always sharpened basically. So you don't have like these colored pencils that need sharpening. Basically, as the edge goes down, you just twist it up and the tip comes out so that you can continue coloring. So these are really practical for those kind of coloring books. If not, if your kids prefer markers, you can definitely do the Super Tips from Crayola. They're washable markers, so if they get them on their hands or if they get them on the tray or whatever, you can just wipe it down with a little wet cloth and it comes off really easily. So make sure that you get some that are kid friendly. The Super Tips also are really fun because they have a really fine tip, and it's perfect for those kinds of coloring books. Now, my kids love specialty markers, so especially my youngest one. So if you want to make it even extra special, I know Crayola makes these really fun metallic markers, and that's kind of something different. If not, I know that Mr. Sketch makes some really cool scented markers out there. I mean, my kids always loved scented markers, and they're going to be all excited to like smell the different markers and use them. And if your kid is a little bit too young for markers and you don't want them using markers, Mr. Sketch also makes these twistable crayons, which are also scented. And oh my god, that smells good. It smells like blueberry. Reminds me of my childhood. Coloring books are not my kids' favorite activities. Actually, they've enjoyed doodle books a lot more. I highly recommend the Osborne Pocket Doodling and Coloring Book. They're basically doodle books where they kind of like start you off with kind of like a hint or an example of the kind of doodle they're looking for, and then you have to fill in the rest of the page. This one is great for all ages, even for adults. It's pretty addictive and fun. But I have to say that my kids are huge Star Wars fans, and I found this Star Wars doodle book, and it's the same kind of concept. They're going to give you an idea of what you should be drawing on the page, and it's fun because it kind of starts you off And this one's not too expensive. It's between $10 to $13. They have a few in the Star Wars series out there. But if your kid is not a huge fan of Star Wars, I know that they have other themes. They have a Marvel doodle, and I think there's even Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas doodle book. So there's a whole bunch of themes out there, so definitely look into these. They're really fun, and the kids seem to really enjoy it. Another really fun book to get your kids, especially if you have boys who like destroying things like mine. This is a great book. It's called Wreck This Journal by KERI Smith. Now, both my kids have a book like this, and you know, they've both done a really great job at wrecking it. So your kids can actually have fun with this book. For example, on this page it says, place sticky things here: honey, gum, syrup, glue, sugar, marshmallows. So the kid can be chewing gum and squish it onto the page. So this is a fun little book to carry onto a plane or during a road trip, because, you know, they're having fun wrecking their journals and, you know, just being naughty. And in this book, they're allowed to be naughty. So that's what's fun about this book. It's very liberating for children, and it's a good way for them to be creative and to have fun. Another thing that's really fun to travel with are these Try Not to Laugh books. Now this one is Would You Rather You edition. My boys are into like gross things. The kids have a blast going through these. I'll give you an example of what kind of questions are in these books. Would you rather take a bath in chunky rotten milk or take a shower in hot prune juice? So basically these are fun little books, and you know, they're fun for road trips. They're fun even on the plane. You can, you know, play with your child, ask your child the question and then ask him to read you the question. And they're really inexpensive. I think this cost me $8. My kids are actually really avid readers, especially my younger one. He's quite a bookworm, and I have to say that his favorite series for a while now has been the Captain Underpants series and also the Dogman series. My kids love these books because they're in kind of like a comic book format, so they're really easy to read. They have fun little colorful pictures, and you know, they can get through a book like this really fast. The stories are really entertaining. The characters are super, you know, quirky and fun, and they're really good books for any child really to start, you know, developing a love of books for. These are, you know, the hardcover books, but they also have paperbacks. So if you don't want to carry a book that's this heavy, but honestly, I think one book is actually worth bringing all the time on a plane, whether it be this or any other series. I always try to encourage reading a lot more than, you know, just watching a TV screen or being hooked up to a video game. When you're traveling, you have to be smart about it. Definitely do anything that entertains your kids, whether it be, you know, the iPad, or whether it be a book or, you know, an activity book or anything like that. Let me know in the comments below what your family enjoys, and if you have any other suggestions for our viewers out there. I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy travels. Bye.